Wait, hold on. We're live. We are live, yeah. And by the way, folks, my computer is busy over there rendering all this. We're gonna try it because I got you fed in through Facebook, and I'm over here on the StreamYard thing trying to make this work. So that's why it's like, well, wait a minute here. For the life of us, we could not get Thomas to hear me. So from now on, matter of fact, let's see if we can get you a laptop. Would anybody want to donate a laptop so Thomas can talk to it? Anyway, but I guess you do have one, right? But it's not here.
I do have one. It's at home, and I'm still in Florida right now.
All right. Well, audience members, spiritual drip. Can you guys? Anybody can hear us? I know this is a unusual type setup here, but we're gonna make it work. There we go, Thomas. I'll put me down here. Okay. All right. So today we're gonna. Oh, this camera keeps cutting my. There we go. We're gonna talk about the conference. So I did put on a conference, first time ever. People have been asking me to do it over the years. I know it was a lot of work, but we needed a space for our secret space program people because although there are venues that support us, there wasn't a venue for us specifically. So I set this up, and we had about 70 people show up, and I want to say thank you everybody that came out of the way. Some of you are from other countries, but at the end of the day, it was always about disclosure and getting that information out to the public. So over there is Tomas Alvin. How are you doing today, Tomas?
I'm doing all right, considering, being at the conference was awesome. Being with people, how can I say, that are intellectual equals.
That's right. So we had about 8 people showed up. I know Oksana, she got sick, and Lauren wasn't able to make it, but we brought Spencer in their place. So we'll see if we get Spencer on later the week to share what he experienced. But I guess I'll start off with what I experienced, and then we can pause and go from back and forth. And audience members, if you have any questions, just throw it in there and we'll try to get back to it. So all right, so it was July 11th to the 14th, 2024. For those of you who are watching this in the distant future, thank you for watching us back here in time. Appreciate you. And I missed my flight. So my flight was to leave at it was like 5:50 in the morning, and I got there at 4:30. But the Spirit Airlines did not have enough staff, so I will probably not be using Spirit anymore if I can help it. But yeah, I did get there there should have been plenty enough time. But yeah, so raw cloud was coming down from the Outer Banks, and I live in Charlotte, so we met up halfway, and I abandoned my vehicle. Not really abandoned. I left my vehicle at this medical center. So let's see here. So we got down there, and I missed the first day because Raw had to drive out of the way to come pick me up, and we didn't get there until 10 o'clock. So there was an event, because I know, Tomas, you were there. It was like a Q&A panel. So I didn't get to St. Pete until 10 p.m. But Tomas, what did you experience that first day, or how was your trip there?
The trip was pretty good. First day there, it was pretty slow at first, which is nice.
Oh, okay, there we go. So I did press the mute button. I apologize. Hey guys, so can you've heard Tomas speak, and then you hear. So I was just questioning. Do we need to turn his volume up? Because I have to do this manually because of how this. Do you want me to turn spiritual drip? Anybody? Should we turn his volume up? I can do this. So say something, Tomas.
Hey, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, is that too loud? Probably. How about? Is this better? Now say something.
Okay. To quote the Horizon
Turn
guy,
it up.
can you hear me now?
Is this better?
Can you hear me?
You guys like this?
Can you hear me now?
Okay. All right. Jason says you're good, so we're good. Okay. All right. I will make sure and try not to press that mute button because anyway. All right. So yeah, somebody said don't use Spirit or Virgin Airlines. So I guess won't be giving a testimonial for the customer service. But yeah, Spirit told me they can put me, the next flight out would have been the next morning. And I didn't feel like going to the airport again at 4 or 3:30 in the morning. So, and then they wanted $100 fee on top of that. So I just, yeah. So,
the best thing to do is use an airline that's from outside the U.S. because you don't want to take a Boeing plane.
Oh, I don't really feel like flying to. Oh my gosh, I was gonna say Puerto Rico, but no. I was looking at Puerto. Oh, never mind. Puerto Rico is in the United States, but one of those places. Yeah, what, Mexico. Yeah. So everything turned out great until the next day for me. But Thomas, I know we had a great time together. So that morning, the next morning, it was the first day of the conference, and I was the first speaker. So on the live stream, I was edited out, but we're going to try to get that footage up for everybody. And then,
in case anybody was wondering, I still have my anti-biometric dots painted on my face. So it's a little strange.
Let's tell people why do you get that weird makeup on? What's up with that?
It's to defeat facial recognition software.
Okay.
You put opposing black and white dots over the biometric points where the scanners look because it measures the symmetry between your facial features, among other things. So you notice it's like opposite sides.
Okay, hold on, guys. I have to close the door, but keep talking. I'll be right back.
Yeah, because like I said, I do not consent to having my biometrics scanned every time I'm out in public. So that I did that. I should have actually done that at the conference and showed people. So
we'll do that next year. Okay. All right. So yeah.
We should definitely do that.
The first session was so I talked about the secret space program, the early history of it. And then we went to Linda Paris from McAllister TV. And thank you, Linda, for coming out of your way. And she supported us numerous times. So I do believe that she's going to be at our event next year. So you'll be able to come.
Yeah, and I believe the two of us are going to plan on for me to have an interview on her show.
Yeah, let's do it. So, Tomas, did you happen to listen to Linda's presentation?
Yeah, I kind of like missed part of it, but me and Linda also had a really good private conversation. So, we definitely resonated with one another. So I think definitely look forward to doing that.
Okay. Very good.
Sorry.
So we had, I think we went to you, Tomas, next, or was it? Might have been Spencer. So
I think Spencer came right after me. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I kind of like wrote down a bunch of bullet points and just did it freestyle.
Great. So let's see here. The Raw Cloud spoke about the white hat information. And then we had an amazing lunch break there. I was able to secure a bunch of meal plans. So, and then after that, we had, I guess, Tomas, you came on, and then of course Spencer was there. So we just went through the whole. I just tried to give everybody a little bit of time to speak that day. And why don't you tell audience members what you spoke about?
Well, I definitely spoke about like my early experiences and what led up to me to realize that I was in the SSP. And, not only was I in the SSP, as it turned out, I was Dark Fleet military intelligence. And, in 2015, found a dentist who used hypnosis on his patients instead of anesthesia, and he agreed to do the hypnotic memory recall, and basically put me under and said, "You will remember everything." So it's been this content drip, 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 drip.
Was that it?
So yeah.
Did you ask the doctor there to do that for you, or was he trying to reinforce your programming?
No, he was like, I guess he was an X-Files fan or something. So he's like, "Sure, I'll help you recover your memory. This is really fascinating." And like I said, it's been constant drip, drip, drip. But I also, like I said, it helped when I met my CO in the program. Will Nutter, also known as Johann Fritz. And here's the thing is, like, a lot of this, I believe, is like Greek alphabet letter programming that pits us against each other. So, I'm trying my best to mend fences, and some people are just not willing. They're subject to the programming.
Certainly, we find a lot of people are very damaged in this community, and in order to get through it all, it's just best to just try to be as much loving, as lovable as possible, and have a lot of kindness and forgiveness, and to not judge others. And that's how we're able to heal from all the trauma. But go ahead.
And then after the conference, because I have an uncle that lives near Jacksonville, going from that to like level of cognitive dissonance, like, oh my God, it's fucking insulting. It's like, I don't believe it. I sent you the CIA documents that said it's true. I don't want to look at it. It's fucking cognitive dissonance, and it's brainwashing. And then I will say this, and I'm sure we all have relatives like that. It's like only weak-minded people are subject to that level of brainwashing. I think what we've been through, because of the nature of our experiences, because we serve in like secret military programs, we have the mental intestinal fortitude that a lot of people down here just simply lack. And the contrast was fucking, insane.
Right. Well, they picked you to be the secret space program and not them, right? So you must have something.
It's one thing. It's like, okay, some people you think, what are you saying, Tim? James?
You would think if you were chosen over them, then you must have had something that they didn't. Or maybe they did participate. You think your family members?
I think my cousin is, but his mirror caps haven't popped yet, and he's in the terrestrial military. So who knows with him? But yeah, they definitely passed my uncle over. I can see why. Here's the thing: is like, yeah, he was in the maritime navy, and he never mounted more than a crewman. And it's one of those things, like, he refused to believe the look, every excuse I could have shoved it in his face. It's like, yeah, dude, I was second officer, military intelligence. I don't believe it. It's like, care to test me? That's the thing. It's like, or I showed a picture of the group of us at the conference. It's like, all right, here's Michael Jaco. You know who that is? You remember SEAL Team 6? You know, the guy that killed Osama bin Laden? There's Jim Ellis, high-level DOD guy. There's Linda McAllister, investigative journalist, and there's me. Why do you think I'm among these people, dude? Huh? Why do you think little old me is amongst these heavy hitters? Maybe because I'm among them as equals. Has that ever occurred to you? And also, like,
well, Tomas, you know,
how do you explain the fact that most people require 8 hours of sleep? I need only like 2 or 3. How do you explain the fact I can hear in the ultrasonic range, or I can smell opioids coming off of people in their, in their sweat? Do you know why, dude? Genetic engineering. It's like one of those things, like, just to watch them wince. It's like, how much fucking clue do you need that I'm not bullshitting anybody?
all right. Okay. Well, Thomas, there are many people that love and appreciate you, but please understand that I would say that 80% of the planet are just part of Satan's minions, and I hate to put it that way, but if they're not doing
it more like 80% of the planet are NPCs.
Okay, well, let's look at it that way. But surely, just because, Tomas, they would pick people that had souls that had more energy, a larger energy body, and a lot of these NPCs, their soul can only project maybe only 6 inches outside their body, so they are literally unable to comprehend or perceive what's going on in the universe around them, and that's not really their fault, although they should be doing the work to try to raise themselves, but most people are caught in this matrix where they're stuck and all this. But
or they simply lack they simply lack the intellectual capacity. But this is what I say: it's like not only is this material above his pay grade, it's above his intellect. I think a lot of us have to deal with people in our family like that. So you told me about your family, James. I think like your sister, you have a sister that you don't talk to.
Well, I talk to her, but my family are indoctrinated in a religion that's very popular here in North Carolina, and it wasn't even the teachings of Jesus. It became a cult, perhaps based on the Pauline doctrines. Jesus blinded him, and again later on oh my gosh, but you get me started here. But the point is. Wait, Thomas, stop.
Yeah,
stop.
That's a good
Thomas,
to have.
Let me say something.
That's a good subject for another time. Go ahead.
Everybody is on their own path, and by judging somebody else, you're just judging yourself. So just allow them to be, if you have a child that was growing up, you wouldn't be angry at them for them not to comprehend. You would just accept that they have the mentality is lower than yourself, and therefore why judge and just allow them to be where they need to be.
Well, angry, no, but disappointed, yes. Definitely disappointed.
Okay, but
like I said, it's like, I want to be interesting to see how people react when we do get when disclosure actually does happen.
Well, Thomas, what I was told is that when disclosure happens, the people like us are going to be hated, sort of like what happened right after the Vietnam War, where military vets came back and they were blamed, even though we weren't responsible. So there's going to be a lot of hatred, but we're not doing this because we want to be popular or get people to like us. We're doing it because we want your children to be free, and your children to be free, and to have this technology release that they utilized on us. So, but we're going to keep doing it. It doesn't matter what people think. What matters is the truth, and that's why we're here. So this is the timeline of disclosure. True. That was the name of our conference.
I'm a bit peeved in the moment, but I'll get over it, And it's like, what can I do, right?
Right.
So.
All right, let's go back a little bit.
What was interesting is And my cousin came over with her 2 sons, and I wrote down on a piece of paper the formula for warp drive. He definitely appreciated that. So,
Well, Tomas, there are a lot of people that love and appreciate you. Just make sure, just to learn to love yourself. That's the biggest thing. And once you have that love and peace and compassion, what these other people think about you doesn't really matter. So we all need to work on that. But I'm very grateful that you made your way all the way from another country to come out, and we're gonna get you there next year. But before I talk about next year, let's finish up, because by the time we got done through that Friday, right? I hired a bachata dancer, so we had a couple people participating in our fun dance activities on that Friday night, and then Saturday we had Michael Jaco came over and did a sound healing bowl meditation. Did you get to hear any of that, Tomas?
no, I think I got distracted.
We were eating breakfast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like one of those things, like, a lot of us, like, spend half the time there and half the time, like, chilling out by ourselves, like, but I think, like, the after party was really cool.
All right. Well, before we get to the after party, so that Saturday was the Soul Healing Fair day. So what I did is I was able to extend the room so we could get out of the heat there. And what we did is we had a Raw Cloud shared some white hat intel. And again, that link is over on the Rumble channel where all the live streams are. So I want to thank all the donors who put money for that live stream. We just went ahead and just put it up out there so everybody can see it. And because I have these, I don't like to do paywalls, but okay. So we also did a memorial where many of us presented something out there on the stage or the podium area, where we talked about people that have deceased in this disclosure community and deserve to be recognized. So I had a 20-minute presentation that I shared about disclosure and what's going on here in the world. And we had Tracy Jaco did a little welcome message about Kirsten W. Weldon, the Asian lady. So she died.
Yeah.
Actually, it was same day, the January 6th thing. I think it was was that 2021 or 20? I can't remember, 2020. But yeah, so and then you got to present something there at the memorial.
Yeah, I did. I sang "Everyone I Love Is Dead" by Typo Negative.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So that all that is in the video on the Rumble. And afterward, we did a panel. So we do have another guest in the chat. So Josh, thank you for helping us out in the panel. And we had, I know Catherine was up there. She talked about her deceased ex-husband that committed suicide. He was in these projects and he wasn't able to get the help that he needed. So by recognizing our lost loved ones in these, because typically what happens in the disclosure community is when someone dies, we just say, oh, another one died, but no one has really spent the time to recognize these heroes. So I'm going to be continuing to do this on an annual basis, if provided our listeners support us by donating and purchasing tickets. But I'll have an update about what's going to happen next year soon. So afterward, we did have the after party. I remember we got out of there early. First thing we did, we ran to the Publix, and there was Publix. What was it, like 10 different people bought food, and we all had this amazing cookout because I got this Airbnb. I won't admit to you how many people, but he had a great time, and it wasn't a party. It was a gathering or just, we just enjoyed some food. And that was probably the highlight of the trip there. So we were over there Sunday, and a lot of us spent the time just sleeping in, and then we went over to the beach to meet up with Dylan over at the Dylan Monroe at the drum circle, and I got to meet Susan Long and Sean Bond. So we exchanged hugs. But Tomas, what did you experience that day?
Huh?
What did you experience that day, that Sunday?
Oh, when we went to the other conference?
That was on Monday. So Sunday we basically I can't think what we do. Just
I
kind of
remember when that storm came in, and it's funny is a certain individual. I don't know. I don't have his permission to mention his name, but somebody helped us out. Like, storm is coming in. And he's like, which way is the wind blowing? He's like, the wind is blowing every direction, but I can see with my own two eyes. Storm's coming in from the east, and she's angry.
Oh yeah, so we were meditating, hoping that thing would go away, but it is Tampa, and apparently in Florida, it seems like it rains every day after 6 o'clock. So we did get some rain, and
some of you guys might have been meditating to make it go away, but somebody else was like, "Bring it on, baby, bring it on!" No, don't.
Right. So
bring it on.
So we all ran back.
Apparently, somebody else provoked the storm.
Oh, Jessica's there. Jessica Jones, did you get to go to that fire circle thing? I'm not the drum circle thing on that Sunday. Be curious because we probably just missed you. So then, yeah, we ran back to the car and we got back to our Airbnb where I think some of us probably just did another celebration. And so on Monday, I went to I got the late checkout and everyone was pretty cool because we said our goodbyes, and some of us went over to the Serrata Beach Resort. So that was the hotel that I selected to do my conference in, but I don't want to go too many details because I've done it before in the past and I don't want to anyway. But the point is, I went over there to talk to someone who I've been working with. He was an Asian guy, and I wanted to try to bring resolution between the infighting between us because I felt like we can get more disclosure. However, he refused to see me, and I was told I had to go. So,
well, here's the thing is like that individual is, a dyed-in-the-wool communist, and with the SSP community, most of us are in the MAGA crowd. So I really don't see him being a part of our community for very long. And here's the thing is, was Michael Jacobs' wife, Terry Jo? Is that her name?
Tracy.
Oh, Tracy. Yeah. There's a little misunderstanding because when we had lunch that one time, you sat right next to me, and I said that we're the wheat and they're the chaff, and she got a little upset about that. So I'm gonna, clear this up. What I meant by that is the people at the other conference were paid off to go there. We stayed loyal to you, James, because you've been a leader in this community for a decade and a half. You're the one that started the Super Soldier conferences, and I'm not, even if if people at the other conference weren't at the very top of my shit list, you couldn't pay me to stab you in the back. It's like I'm not a sellout. Those of us who went to your conference, we didn't sell out. It's like we didn't get bought off like some of the other people did who went to the other conference. That's what I meant by saying that we're the wheat and they're the chaff.
So basically, Tomas, what we did wrong.
So, anyways, hopefully, Mrs. Jaco, that clears up the misunderstanding about that.
Well, I mean, I know they just want to support both sides, and of course, I mean, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with those other people's disclosures. It's just the issue, or they went behind our back, and certainly that was the venue that I picked. But people can do what they want to do. Money talks, right, kind of thing. So
Right.
the thing that we did wrong, basically, is we just didn't have a lot of money. And I've been holding off on doing this conference to the point where we could get a supporter, and obviously that person wasn't worthy of being our supporter. As you can see, they ran off of the work that I put together, but it's okay, because at the end of the day, we're going to do this again. And next year rather, listeners of Super Soldier Talk have time to save up money, and I'm going to do my best to keep those ticket prices low, but we're going to go to a different venue, and we're going to have a great time, because I have some amazing things in store for all of you, and I would love to see you next year. And that's what disclosure should be. Let's just keep sharing information, learning to come together as a community to heal each other, heal ourselves, and maybe heal the world, right? Like Michael Jackson. I did have that Michael Jackson song at our conference.
Well, also another thing is the powers that be do not want us coming together. They do not want us to unite and be a community. So beware of false flag operations. I can get firsthand experience how destructive those could be. And there's going to be, like I said, campaigns against us, so what we need to do is, the best way to avoid a trap is to be aware of it in the first place. So pay attention, keep your eyes open and your mind open, because this shit comes out from us from left field.
Absolutely. And let's just keep pushing forward disclosure. I'm going to the Appalachian Starseed reunion, and that one is in right near Asheville, North Carolina. That's August 1st to the 4th. You can also meet Jessica Jones. Hi, Jessica, if you're still in the chat. I've got some more videos, interviews that need to get released. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me. But
Appalachian Starseed, that is a very beautiful contradiction. I kind of love that.
Why is that a contradiction?
Because when you think of Starseed, you think very advanced, spiritual, and you think of Appalachians, you think very conservative, rural. So it's like a bizarre kind of, almost like opposing forces kind of like coming together in harmony, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see what we can do out there, or maybe we can do a little Bigfoot tour. But so what do you think about what happened recently with some of our current events? We had two big things happen in our news this week.
Somebody tried to shoot Donald Trump, and Joe Biden dropped out. So what are we going to do with the 100 million fake ballots with the wrong name printed on them?
Wait, hold on a second. We have to use coded language. This is going on YouTube. I've had a video deleted for that. So what I could do is put a link for this video because I'm sharing my screen. I can't share anything because we got Thomas shared here. So, but this one guy, his name is Alex Chu with the immortality rings. He had a dream that Kamala Harris was going to be the president, and then when that happens, the United States will break up into the South will break into a confederacy. The confederacy will be reunited with Trump as the president, and then China will invade under the conflict. So the better timeline is when Trump actually does get in office. In that timeline, the advanced technologies are released, and we go into a galactic civilization where the United States has the biggest economic expansion it's ever seen in the next 30 years until the
well, in that case,
2040.
James, how many people are currently watching this stream?
Well, we have 59 right now currently, but I did not give any notice ahead of time, so I apologize for that. But
what we need to do is mass consciousness, right? So you have 59 people. That's a pretty decent amount. So everybody listen you need to focus, however you do your manifestation abilities, focus on Trump winning to get the better timeline. And if we're all focused on that, the odds will increase that it'll happen.
Yeah.
So
So
I say right now, if you want to do that, try cover your eyes and visualize a Trump victory.
all right. So let's see here.
Here we go.
The New York Times and Washington Post put a big headline, and they probably put like an ugly picture of Trump, like or like they take a picture of the ground with the trash all over the place. but anyway,
Yeah.
so let's do that. Certainly, if I think we're gonna have an amazing future, I think everything's gonna work out just fine in this timeline. Because I mean, we are on the timeline of disclosure.
Yes, we are.
That's right.
One of the things that it tells, I guess my extended cousins, like, get a pair of UV binoculars and look up at night. You'll see all kinds of crazy shit flying around.
Yeah, I got some footage when I was looking at the moon under a telescope, and I saw a big craft move over. So that's all the solar warden groups and probably some knock. Do you think, Tomas? Do you think Knockwaffen is actually in our solar system with solar warden, or do they actually get along, or what do you know about
I don't know about the exopolitics, but Trump gets back. Let's not forget when he quote unquote created the Space Force. That was the first step in declassifying solar warden. So I could see. I wouldn't put it past Trump if he wins a second term, take a bunch of old TRB-3s, paint them white, and slap a Space Force logo on them, saying, "Look at our brand new Space Force
with American flags on it," right?
Yep.
I don't know how will Knockwaffen respond to that one. They're like, well, Knockwaffen shows up with a 15-mile long cruiser. Like, well, here we are too, the Germans. We actually won the secret space.
Like I said, repurposing some early Knockwaffen vehicles from like the 60s or 70s, and then all of a sudden, because let's not forget, it's not just the United States, it's the G8 countries who have their dark fleet. So I can imagine the Germans saying, "Welcome to the new Luftwaffe, the Space Waffe."
So Oksana made a prediction that she sees Trump stepping down and a female in his place. So maybe that was actually Biden, and the female was in his place. So we'll see what's going to go happen here. So I guess if that's the case, then she's also predicting Kamala Harris. But I remember years ago when Trump was running, we had James Casbolt on here, and he was in telepathic communication with Hillary Clinton, and he said that Hillary was going to win. And thank God that didn't happen. That timeline would have been nuclear war a lot sooner than. But apparently, wait, hold on, Tomas. Hold your thoughts. I read somewhere that she paid $4 billion to I believe it was an Italian military contractor. I think it was Leonardo. I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. But they were able to use satellite technology to maybe change something called a VOTE. So it was 20% favor in her. But that's all I can tell you because I don't want to take this video down on YouTube. But go ahead, Tomas.
Well, I think it might have been Rita Panahi. I'm not sure, but I think there's a Australia Sky News hostess that whenever the subject of Kamala come up, she has a little jingle. Where in the world is Kamala Mala Ding Dong? Just remember that theme song every time you hear about Kamala.
Right. Okay. Well, let's
I mean, if anybody deserves to be ridiculed and shamed, it's her.
All right. Well, let's focus. So I've also put out some new videos recently. Everybody go check out the Saint Germain messages. I went to Montauk, New York last year, and and I have another message where I went to in front of the Skull and Bones crypt, And that one is actually pretty interesting, where Saint Germain was making fun of some of these world leaders because they're bringing on a lesser demon inside of them. So I also have some more channel message coming up soon. I did one at the Getty Museum and also out of Big Rock, California. So I think there's a third one in there somewhere. Oh, I guess that was the UCLA one. But yeah, well, I think we've pretty much covered what we needed to here today. If you like to make a contribution to help next year's event get off the ground to ensure that this does take place, you could go to healingsoulsurvivors.org and go to that Zephy link. Just make sure there's an option there to waive the fee, the Zephy fee, so you don't have to give them so much money. But all right, Tomas, any other final comments?
I would say is, keep pressing on. Eventually, we're going to win this. I think the timeline for the bad guys is running down. Kind of back themselves in a corner. So, yeah, continue the good work, everyone.
Yeah. Godspeed wherever you may be. And, we will tell you the truth. So it doesn't matter who's covering up what. We're going to keep pushing forward with the timeline of disclosure here at Super Soldier Talk. I love you all. And if you have any other questions or maybe suggestions, go ahead and put it in the comment section. And be sure to preferably go over to Rumble just in case, something happens here on YouTube. But yeah, Raw Cloud told me he got a strike today. So let's see. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I got it's kind of not really the SSP, but there's somebody posted an image on a different group, and I said it looks like AI, and I got suspended from the group because the admin said I posted an AI artwork, and I'm gonna say to that admin, "You're an idiot." Anyways, but yeah, shit like that,
I hear you. All right. Okay. Well, I think we should just go ahead and end it here. Goodbye, everyone, and we'll see you all later. I'm supposed to. I don't want to tell you anything. You'll find out soon enough. All right.
Ciao. Hasta luego. Buenos suertes.
And hola, wherever you may be. Goodbye.